Hello and welcome to The View from the IMF. I'm here today at the second day of the annual meeting of the IAF, the Institute of International Finance, and I'm joined by Walter Bailey, who is the CEO of Banco de Crédito del Perú. Walter, thank you for taking time to speak to me. Busy day for you. Today you're going to speak in just a few minutes, joining a panel about banking in the region.
Yes.
The first question I want to ask you is, how concerned are you about China and about the US interest rates?
Those are two clearly of the hot topics that everybody's talking around. China is very important for us in Peru. And I don't think that at the end of the day, we are too concerned what is the absolute level of growth that comes out of China. I think our biggest concern is that we don't get quarterly downward revisions of GDP. The level of stability is what we need. Regarding the increase in rates in the Fed, supposedly it's already priced in the market. We expect that that will be the case. The Fed has taken a lot of effort in making sure that the signals to the market are that it will be gradual. Nevertheless, it is an area of concern because it impacts our currency, the exchange rate. But hopefully those two topics will be cleared out in the next 4 to 6 months, and we'll have a lot more clarity after that.
Okay, so clarity really is the key word, and the IF here, there have been a number of discussions about China, of course, and in particular China, and the need for more transparency in the way that they communicate to the markets. And earlier, as we were chatting, preparing for our interview, you mentioned the fact that China and the rest of the world tend to work on different timescales.
Yes.
So you guys wait. Your time horizon is the next quarter, while for China is...
My limited knowledge of the Chinese culture is that, yes, we worry about the next 2 quarters, they worry maybe about the next 2 decades. So time frames are different, but we just have to learn and adjust and deal
to
with
work
it.
with
Yes.
each other, of course. Banco del Perú, BCP, is a really successful bank in the country. The figures show it. But obviously, you still have to work in a challenging environment. So what measures have you taken to adapt to the current environment?
We were fortunate enough to anticipate that there would be a slowdown in the growth in Peru. We saw this coming about 2 years ago, and we started several initiatives. One was to review in detail our risk management portfolio and practices as they relate to retail banking. We have grown consistently as a country for the past 15, 20 years, and we have not gone through a full economic cycle lending so much money on the retail side, microfinance, consumer, etc. So we did a very thorough review of our portfolio, of our lending practices, risks as they relate to risk management, and we found some gaps. So we've been working very diligently at those gaps for the past 2 years, and we've been lucky enough that this slowdown in growth finds us with a very well-prepared portfolio and very well-tuned risk management practices. The other big focus that we started 2 years ago was efficiency. During this period of high growth in the economy, we had been focused more on capturing the growth than on what was happening on the back office. We went all over the world, found best practices, and we started working 2 years ago, and we managed to bring our cost-to-income ratio from 50% about 4 years ago to 40% now. So we are very well positioned to weather any slowdown in the economic environment. And actually, it is somewhat contradictory, but we will have record earnings this year when there's a tremendous slowdown in the Peruvian economy.
So the work that you put in the previous years is paying back.
Exactly.
And what about the rest of the market? Are you concerned that levels of non-performing loans, for example, may inevitably go up by the end of the year?
They will inevitably go up. They have gone slightly. For us, they're still within the risk appetite of every product, but we do not live in an isolation. The market is slowing down, and it will affect our portfolio. Fortunately, the Peruvian banking system, at least the top 5, 6 banks, have very solid risk management practices. They're very tough competitors, but very well-trained, serious bankers. Thus, we don't see any element of systemic risk.
Very good. Well, let's finish on the positive note, and I'll let you go and join the rest of your speakers at the next panel. Thank you very much for your comments.
Thank you.